What's going on, folks? My name is Joe, aka J to the OE. I can't believe it's already November. It's been a crazy 2 months. Again, in my last video, I talked about it. I getting COVID and having eye surgery. So I haven't really had time to play and get many games, especially in September. But October, actually, I got a little bit more than I had planned because I had a lot of time to sit and play some games. So here's the last 2 months worth of pickups, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with the last 2 months, and I can't wait to get into some of these games too, as I'm just kind of going through them. Before any of that, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. So we're gonna do this not in order, but we're gonna do this per system because I got a lot of Switch stuff, and so we're just gonna save all the Switch stuff for last. One thing that I did get, actually, this is the first thing that I got in September, was a Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 3 it's not even the third game of the series. So I never got into Kingdom Hearts back in the day, but my friends have been just like telling me all about it. I love Disney, and obviously I love video games, and so Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be my first foray into the whole Kingdom Hearts series. I got this for free as a part of a big lot, and yeah, so I just kept this and sold everything else, and I'm really excited to get into this sometime. I'm even more excited to get into this with my son because, you know, he's starting to like Disney and all of that stuff, and yeah, so Kingdom Hearts 3, I can't wait to get into this sometime. The next game that I got is on PS5, Callisto Protocol. I got this from Press Play Games in Winchester, Virginia. I don't live anywhere close by to that, maybe about 2 hours away, but I was in a work conference close by, and I was driving home, and literally it was on the way. Like, I just found this thing, like, oh, Press Play Games, buy, sell, used games, and I just turned in and checked out their store. It was a really cool small store. The owner was there, and you know, I had to support them, so I wanted to buy something from them. And I've always wanted to get Callisto Protocol, but the reason why I've been stopping is because I remember seeing it at GameStop for $2, and I never saw it like that again, and so I've just kind of been waiting. It wasn't $2 at the store. I think I got it for $10, but I really wanted to support the local video game store. And yeah, so Callisto Protocol is a horror third-person action game, and yeah, I couldn't pass it. I've been wanting it, and actually I should have opened it for this season's Halloween, but I didn't do that because I got another horror game on PS5, which is Alan Wake 2. This was my latest purchase. I'm waiting on beating the last game that I'm about to show you before I get into this. So I'm excited about. I kind of played Alan Wake way back in the day, in 360, but I didn't really finish it or get too into it. But I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about it. Alan Wake 2, almost Game of the Year. Was it Game of the Year last year? But I didn't want to play it because it was only digital only, and I was hoping that they'd come out with a physical copy, and it turns out they did. So finally got Alan Wake 2, and after I finish this game, I will be playing this game. But tell me in the comments, do I need to play the first one before getting into the second one? So let me know, because the remastered first one is also with the downloadable code here. So. And what I'm working on now, what I'm playing now, is a game by Atlas. I'm sure you all know it just came out a few weeks ago. Metamorpho Refantasio. I think I'm in the final level or something. And actually, no, I thought I was, and then something else happened. And I'm trying not to spoil it, but I'm having a really, really good time with this. If you're into Atlas, the Persona series, this is really cool. It's a fantasy turn-based JRPG, and there's a lot of stuff happening. It took me a little bit to get into, though. I gotta say, I was like, you know, 7-8 hours in, I still wasn't really hooked, and it wasn't until like 10 to 15 hours later where I was just really hooked. And I remember that's the same thing that happened with Persona 5, and so I wanted to wait it out to really see, but man, I am absolutely hooked. This might be Game of the Year material this year. But man, the art style, the gameplay, the story, it's really, really great. And so, Metamorpho ReFantazio, I am having an amazing time with it. I play, because of my dad and a full-time job, I only play about 30 minutes to an hour a day, which isn't a lot for a game like this, but I'm having a really, really good time with this. So now, on to the Switch games. If you follow me or if you watch any of my videos at all, you saw that I bought the Hyrule Edition Switch Lite along with Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. This was a great game. This was a great system. I talked about my first impressions and how this, so I'm not going to get into it. So getting them on the cards up there. But yeah, really, really fun. The next game that I got was Dredge. And this was kind of an impulse buy for me. This was also a part of the video where good games to play when I was sick, because I got this during COVID. This was kind of an impulse buy. I'm on like a collector's group on Facebook, and I saw somebody buying it, and I'm like, I don't even know what that is. Let me look it up. And then I looked it up, and I'm like, okay, done. It's like a horror fishing game. I'm not into horror, but I'm into fishing, and it looked really cool, and it kind of looks like one of these games that could be rare soon, and so I wanted to buy it before I couldn't buy it anymore. And it was pretty cheap. And along with that, I found something on my cart. This is how Amazon gets you. I found something on my cart that was on sale, so I got that with it, which is Spiritfarer. Spiritfarer is actually a really good game. You play as this girl here, and you're on a boat. It's kind of like a pseudo cozy game. You're on a boat and you're helping other people pass on. Like, they just died and you're helping them fulfill their last wishes. It's a little deep, especially for a game. These are good arguments. Actually, these two are good arguments for games as art. Yeah, Spiritfarer, really, really cool. I want to finish it, but Zelda came out afterwards, so I couldn't finish these two, but I'm definitely going to go back to this. This is actually what I'm playing right now on the Switch when I'm not playing Metamorpho at all, and so Spiritfarer, really, really great. Next thing I got is kind of like an accessory. I got it used for $20, which was great. It's the Pokeball Plus. My son is getting really, really into Pokemon. I already have the Let's Go Pikachu game, and so we've been playing that game with this. And it's really fun. And also, I got really lucky because inside was Mew. And yeah, now I have Mew, and now I can transfer it to my Pokemon Go. And now I have Mew. And I gotta catch them all, man. And so, this is fun. I'm replaying it. I have one account by myself, and I'm replaying it with the Pokeball Plus whenever I can. And it's actually a more fun and nerdy experience. So, Pokeball Plus. The next game that I got is a family game, Super Mario Party Jamboree. This is a fun game. I have only had a chance to play one board. Me and my wife like to play this game. I don't really want to play it, by myself. And the online is, there's not a lot of people I can't find online. But if you're playing, hit me up. And then let's play some Super Mario Jamboree. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun with what I've had. I love all the mini games. I love Super Mario Party. I like kind of the Super Mario iterations of everything, like the sports stuff, the racing, and now the board games. Like this is my go-to games when I have friends over. And yeah, Super Mario Party Jamboree, really, really fun. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. I got this when I was buying another game at GameStop, and I was doing some pre-orders, and I found this was playing on their back TV, and I'm like, oh shoot, I remember about this, and I didn't realize it came out on the Switch, and I didn't realize that there was a physical, and it was only $30, and I'm like, you know what, I could do that. So I pre-ordered it, and it kept getting delayed, and then it came out in Europe first, and then here, and then finally, I got it, and I gotta tell you, this is fun. I've only played 2 or 3 hours of this, but I've already had a really, really fun time. It's hard for me to describe it to you without spoiling anything, but you can essentially beat this game in 5 minutes. But the whole thing is like, do you play the Stanley Parable, or does Stanley Parable play you? And that is kind of succinct That makes sense. Did I use that word correctly? If I didn't, English is my second language. Take it easy. But yeah, that Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, really, really fun game. What's cool about this too, I think it's a good game to play if you're too busy, because you could just put in about 5 or 10 minutes and get a good run in there and then sit down and then do it again later. And so Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, really great. These last 2 games that I got last week, and it came in right on October 31st, so I count them as part of the October pickups. I've been wanting these games, but the physical is just way too nuts as far as prices go, and some of it went down, but really only one thing was on the cart, and then everything else was downloaded, and I wasn't really too into that, and so I just thought, I'm just never gonna have it. But thanks to Video Games Plus, this was my very first order with them, and I got Trine 1 through 4, and with the package deal of Trine 5 for a lot cheaper. And yeah, so these are multiplayer, how would you call it? Metroidvania action, side-scrolling RPG kind of thing, and you play as 3 characters, and it's in a fantasy world, and it really just, the art style is beautiful, and I can't wait to really get into this. It's recommended by a ton of video game people that I follow, and since it came out, I'm like, oh, I didn't want it to run out again on me and start to get super expensive. And really, both of these combined was under $60 US, and so I'm like, yeah, done. And yeah, so Trine 1 through 4, and all of the games are on the cart here, and then Trine 5. And yeah, I'm very excited to start getting into this after I finish Spiritfarer on the Switch. So yeah, this I'm very excited about. So that's all a bunch of the new game stuff that I got. You know, what did you get in the last 2 months that you've been really excited about? Are you playing Metamorpho, Refantagio? Like, what do you think about it? Should I play Alan Wake 1 before Alan Wake 2? And the most important question, what are you excited to eat in Thanksgiving? What is your go-to Thanksgiving meal? All right. Well, thanks for watching. I hope to see you later, or I'll see you another time.